Welcome to my channel. I'm Rachel and I'm sharing what my family had for dinner. But first we're going to get started with what my family had for breakfast, because look at these two little cuties that are over at Grandma's house, and they had spent the night before and they're helping make breakfast for everyone. We actually had 3 of our grandkids over to spend the night at the same time, and these two are cousins. This is Haley and Sawyer. And so we were up early in the morning, like very, very early in the morning. And so we decided to make French toast and bacon and sausage for everyone. So here they are just getting a pan lined with foil so that we can put some bacon on it and pop it in the oven. I have 2 pounds of bacon, which are frozen. So I'm just going to slide them into the oven and get them heated up so that they thaw out just enough that I can divide them. Hi, sweetie. And so then we're going to move on to getting some eggs whipped up so that we can dip our bread. Hi, Haley. Get our bread dipped and get our French toast going. So as we all know, the funnest part of cooking is cracking eggs. And so here we go. Haley's going to do her eggs and then Sawyer's going to do his. And we did really well this morning. There were no shells in the bowl except for the whole shell that Sawyer dropped in. When the egg touched his hand, he was not so sure that he liked that at all. And so we got our hands all washed up, and then Grandma did the last one. And so then we decided that Sawyer could just pour the milk. That might be more his style. So we are adding some milk to our 3 eggs, and then we're going to get them all whipped up together. So a little fact about me is I do not own a whisk because I don't use a whisk. And I actually did try. I bought one and just not too long ago just tossed it in the trash because it was not working for me and it was kind of falling apart. So I do not own one. The kids probably would have liked that, but in my regular daily life I just use a fork to whip my eggs. And so we are going to spray the waffle iron with nonstick spray, and I decided that we were going to try to do something fun and make our French toast in the waffle iron on this morning. And so for this part I took over because the waffle iron is very, very hot and I do not want my little babies getting burnt fingers. And here is our first French toast waffle, and we all really enjoyed these so much. And so we're making up some sausage patties as well, and here's what that bacon's looking like. I got it all separated and laid out flat, and then we just kept on cooking our French toast, and I just added some butter. This was just a really yummy way to make our French toast. All the butter just kind of collected in those little pockets, and tasted so good. It was great for catching the syrup as well. So I do think that I would make French toast this way again. And Haley's just finishing up by flipping our sausages over and getting them all cooked up on all sides. And then I just thought it was so cute. She was on the hoverboard. And like I said, it was early and it was warm this morning. But we were having a good time. And I'm just reminding myself, Grandma, it's okay. It's if things get messy. So I took the bacon out of the oven when it was done. And I just plated up everything so everyone could help themselves.
Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town. I've never seen a sky so blue. We don't ever play it and the night is young. It doesn't matter what we do.
Hi, I guess my grandson Lennox approves. And then Kim didn't want to be on camera this morning, and Haley gave it a thumbs up as well.
And I'm so lucky to be yours.
For our actual dinner this night, after the kids went home, I made a grown-up dinner, kind of, sort of. Anyway, so I am just sauteing up some cabbage in a frying pan with a little bit of olive oil, and I just added some garlic powder And then underneath that cabbage was some peppers and onions, which you didn't see, but they were there. And then in another skillet, I am picking out the carrots and snow peas out of some stir fry mix, and I'm adding more chopped up onions. I'm going to be using these pagoda pot stickers, and I just made them according to the package with some oil and some water in the bottom of the pan, and then you just put them flat side down, I believe, and then let them brown. I'm also repurposing some leftover rice from the Chinese restaurant that my husband put in the fridge, and I always try to use it in stir fry or in fried rice. And so after I get my rice all cooked up with the veggies, then I just added a couple of beaten eggs to the other side, and then just kind of mix it all in together, and then just finish that cooking off and getting it all browned up. And voila, you have fried rice. And so after I removed the cabbage from the frying pan, I just added a little more oil and then a package of stir-fry vegetables. I added some nice big sliced onions into the pan with the veggies. We also added some chopped up mushrooms, and we're just going to cook that all together in the stir-fry. For the sauce, I'm using about a cup of pineapple juice that I drained out of some pineapple tidbits, a tablespoon of crushed red pepper flakes, about a tablespoon of this ginger paste, and then I'm going to use about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, and then 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. And then I'm going to stir that all together, and I'm going to add some cocoa aminos. I just kind of eyeballed that part, and then I just mixed it all up and added it to our stir fry mix. There was already some liquid in our stir fry pan here, and so I didn't add any more water, but if there had not been any liquid already in the pan, I probably would have added a little bit of water to that too. At the last minute, I added some bean sprouts and just mixed those in as well. To make my sauce thicker, I just added a cornstarch slurry, sorry about my voice, and then I just began plating up my bowl with some of that fried rice, some of the beef and veggie stir fry mixture right on top of that, and then I got a big, huge serving of that fried cabbage. It was so good to me, I wanted to have a lot of it, and I just added one of the chicken pot stickers. I'm sorry I cannot talk today. I'm really trying. And then some of those crunchy chow mein noodles, and that was my dinner. Next, I'm making French onion chicken sandwiches. So to get started, I just added some olive oil into a pan, and then I'm adding some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I had ordered chicken breast, not thighs, but this is what they substituted, and I didn't realize, and so we're just going to go with it. We do like chicken thighs, but I think I would have preferred chicken breast, and I did have a different idea of how I was going to make these chicken sandwiches, but this is what's happening now. So I'm just spreading out some large onion slices, and then I'm using a can of French onion soup. I did season my chicken with beer can chicken seasoning. I'm going to let that finish off cooking, and then as you can see, there's quite a bit of liquid in this pan, and looking back, I wish I would have done something about that at the time, but I didn't want to lose all of that flavor and those juices, so I tried to thicken it up a little with cornstarch, but It didn't turn out as thick as I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be really saucy. I did shred this chicken up kind of roughly, not really fine. I knew that some people were not going to eat it on a bun, and so I wanted them to have nice pieces that they could, use with pork on and eat it like that. So last I just added some Gouda cheese on top and got that all melted in. And then I just made some of these Arby's curly fries for the side. We did have company over on this night, so that is why I made such a big pan of those chicken thighs, and this is how they turned out. Now these were very flavorful and very good. I just wish my sauce would have thickened up a little more, and next time I will do it different. So I just need a little ketchup for my fries and dinner is served. Tuesday night I had to work, so Bill made gumbo. He used a Tony's box mix, and I had some when I got home from work that night. It was delicious. He used some sausage, some ground sausage, and some shrimp. Midweek, I decided to make breakfast like usual, so I'm just cooking everything up in one pan for this one. I started by making some bacon. It was frozen, so it's going through the stages of life here. And once it was all done, I removed it, and I cooked our zesty hot sausage in that same pan. When that sausage was done cooking, I removed it from the pan also, and I got some bell peppers chopped up so that I could throw them right into the same pan and get them cooking. I also cut up some of this fake Velveeta into cubes. Once those bell peppers were nice and tender, then I added my frozen southern style hash browns to the same pan along with those peppers, and then continued to cook them. I added some salt and pepper and some garlic powder. Next I added about a half a package of the mini diced ham. I whisked up some eggs and some milk using my fancy whisk. And then I poured the eggs in the same pan with the sausage, the hash browns, the ham, and the peppers, and just mixed it all in together good. I then just topped it with those cubes of the knockoff Velveeta. In a small pan, I got some of this country gravy mixed up, just according to the package directions. I baked everything in my oven on 375 for about 20 minutes until everything was nice and melty. And then I'm just going to give it a stir to get all that cheese mixed in, and then I'm going to take my cooked bacon and crumble it on top. That way it stays crispy when we're ready to eat it. And then finally, I just drizzled some of that country gravy on top of the whole casserole. And this was so good and so comforting. And that was our dinner for Wednesday. It was a one-pan meal, and we enjoyed it so much. I just had some oranges on the side with mine. On Thursday, I worked from open until close, and Bill cooked again, making brats, corn on the cob, and then some chips with some cottage cheese for dipping. That was dinner for the guys. Well, here I am again, sitting in my car at work. It's one of those days. And I've got the sore throat thing going on. So that's been a pain. I still have to do my voiceovers for, did you hear that? The voiceovers for my grocery haul and for my what's for dinner. See, I'm so foggy right now. I took some allergy meds and I don't know. I guess I'm tired. Look at my hair. This is more like weekend hair at work. All right, so I'm going to be picking up groceries after work today, and right now I'm on my lunch and I'm getting ready to go back in. I don't have the energy to do a speed grocery shop and pick it up on my lunch break, and I don't seem to have the air to talk either, but I wanted to hop on and say hi and just explain a little bit that I'm a little under the weather and I'm losing my voice, but I'm going to try to get through this week's video uploads and do the voiceovers and all that fun stuff for you guys. I don't know where my mic is. Oh, it's one of those days. Anyway, bye guys. Dinner on Friday was tacos. I was multitasking, having a Zoom meeting with the volume on mute, and also preparing tacos for dinner, so there's no footage of me cooking, but these were just hard shell taco shells heated up in the toaster oven, taco meat with the store-bought taco seasoning. Mine just had some shredded cheese, which I did shred myself, and then I topped them all with pico de gallo. I made some refried beans using the canned pinto beans and some thinly minced onions, and I just cooked them up with some broth and then mashed them up. I added some cumin and some cilantro to those beans, and then I'm just topping my tacos with some hot sauce. I feel like tacos have to be one of the easiest meals to cook in a hurry. Okay, by the last meal of the week, I was feeling really bad and I needed a dinner that I could make really quickly and really easily. So I am making burgers and this salad kit from Walmart. This is the bacon and seed one, I believe it's called. And so I am just opening up the packages and putting them in the bowl. The first one was sunflower seeds, and the second one was bacon pieces. And so then the dressing kind of was like a coleslaw dressing. It was really sweet, and the salad mix itself was kale, lettuce, and cabbage. So this was like a coleslaw to me, but it was really, really good. It was a great side dish, and because it was mostly cabbage, then I was able to eat it too. My stomach cannot handle just lettuce, but I do really well with cabbage, so I will definitely buy this again because this is a salad option that I can eat as well as the rest of my family. And so once I get the 2 packets of dressing mix squeezed into the salad bowl, then I'm just going to mix it all together, and then I put it back in the fridge to chill while we were making everything else. When I picked up my Walmart grocery order, they had substituted this ground sirloin in place of the ground beef that I ordered. So I'm putting some oil into the bottom of this skillet, and that way it will help these burgers along because they will not make their own grease. And so I wanted to make sure that they didn't get super dried out. So I'm cooking them in a little bit of olive oil, and I'm just pressing each patty into the bottom of this large skillet. And then I'm just going to hit them with some seasoning salt. Like I said, I wasn't feeling well and I did not feel like making dinner on this night. So I wasn't getting fancy with these burgers, just a run-of-the-mill hamburgers. And once these burgers were done and I'd added the cheese to get all melty, I just began making my plate. I just put some A1 steak sauce on mine, and I had that salad. And we did make up a little side dish of macaroni and cheese to go with it. And that was it for dinner. And this is the last meal for this week of What's for Dinners for Us. Thank you so much for coming by and watching my video. If you had fun here today, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.